In this video, I show you how to write a Teradata table in the Parquet file format to NES3 file object store. This will often be a file on Amazon AWS, but nowadays, there are alternatives such as Google and Microsoft object stores. Our example writes files and stores them in an Amazon S3 bucket. We partition the files per date column. For each date, one file will be created. Writing entire tables or individual columns from Teradata tables to an S3 object store is very simple using Teradata NOS. Please note that only the Parquet format is currently supported, but CSV, JSON, and Parquet formats can be read. Files in JSON or CSV format can be read on the fly from an Amazon S3 bucket file and immediately written back as a Parquet file using Teradata NOS, which is useful for converting data into the columnar Parquet file format. First, we place ourselves in the DWH Pro database that we use for testing purposes. Next, we create a so-called authorization object which stores the credentials to the object store. In our case, this is an Amazon S3 bucket. We will keep this example as simple as possible, so we will not go into all the details or possibilities of the authorization object in this video. The only important thing, for now, is that user corresponds to the AWS access key ID, and password corresponds to the AWS secret access key. The authorization object's purpose is to secure the credentials and make it easier for us to work with external tables since credentials don't have to be specified repeatedly for every call. Since the authorization object already exists, drop it first with this command and then create it again so you can see how this works. Now we have established the connection between the AWS S3 bucket and Teradata. With the following command, we can view the authorization object at any time. Of course, no password is displayed, only the user and other properties. We need one more object. Actually, it's optional, but it makes frequent queries easier for us, so I'll show you how to do it here. We create a so-called function mapping. Since it already exists from previous tests I did, I'll drop it with this command first. The function mapping object offers countless options that I won't go into in this introductory video. What you can see is that in the function mapping is reference to our authorization object. It is important that security definer trusted must match the security options of the authorization object, otherwise you will get an error message. That's it as far as the setup of Amazon S3 and Teradata is concerned. Now let's look at the Teradata table we want to write to Parquet files. In the table there is a date column and some other columns. But we are mainly interested in the date column because we will use it to partition the files. The call to export to AS3 bucket looks like this. As you can see, we select from the function mapping we defined earlier. After the on, we see the selection of the actual table. Partition by the date causes rows with the same date to be written together into a Parquet file. Location is the reference to our S3 bucket and the folder. Stored as can currently only be Parquet, but I assume that Teradata will offer more possibilities here in the future. And then there are lots of other options here that we won't discuss in this introductory video but separately in another video I have planned. So let's start the export, which will take a while. While the export is running, I will switch to my AWS account and see if the first Parquet files are already created there. And as you can see, there are already a few folders there. With each refresh, a few new folders are added, as you can see. When we look at a folder, we find one Parquet file in each folder. And now we got an error. The reason is that I had already started a test export before recording this video. Few Parquet files were already present. If this is the case, they are not simply overwritten, but the export aborts with an error. So it is your task to keep your S3 bucket clean. This is what I will do now. I delete all files from the bucket. As you can see, there is now only one file left, which does not bother us. I now restart the export and now there should be no problems. Let's go back to the AWS account and see what happens. There are no new folders yet. Let's wait a little bit. And now we see that lots of folders have already been created. I'm going to stop writing now and look inside a folder. As you can see, it contains the corresponding Parquet file. I hope this video has shown you how easy it is to get data from Teradata block storage into an object store and make it available in the widely used Parquet file format for other analysis tools. This brings us to the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave us a like, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to receive regular updates about our latest videos. If you have any questions about the content of this video or anything else you want to tell us, leave us a comment below. I also recommend you visit our website www.dwhpro.com, where you can study countless articles about Teradata for free. See you soon.